Good day. Hope everybody out there is having a good one. So, the warning, they have played the VMAs. They did the extended play stage. Now, MTV has posted two videos, which we will link up. Um, we've checked out one, but I definitely wanted to talk a little bit. I think that just from seeing the look on people's faces there, and MTV seeing that this is obviously gonna be the next step into them really blowing up. And um, I wanted to talk a little bit for a quick second about, like, there's some bands out there like the Warning, some bands that we have playlists of actually. And if finding new things and new bands and all that is what you're into, you can kind of take the shorthand with this. There's a lot of stuff of all genres from all around the world, places that I never knew were just putting out music that is just mind blowing. I mean, Indonesia, Japan, countries I've never heard of, um, Mexico, just all sorts of places, South America, obviously the States, just a bunch of cool music. So if that's what you're into, then yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and let us know of some bands that we need to be checking out. Now, um, I think that personally, I think that the Warning is another one of them bands that is gonna be the crossover from getting away from the legacy acts and the rock areas, and um, really, because some of these acts that they still are in those rock genres, but they've been around a while. They're getting a little long on the tooth, and not to say they're old by any standards, or some maybe, but it's nice to see that some of this newer rock that is really you know taken off now. There are some awesome three pieces, and a few of them happen to be ladies. These are all sisters. But there's also Voice of Bachi Prat, which you can check out. We have a whole playlist of them as well here on the channel. Um, there, there's just a ton of new bands that are really putting out some awesome new rock and roll or heavy rock that I think are gonna that they're in their last step of people just figuring out, or people like me just figuring out who they are. I think, they're like the Warning, for example. Their next step is going to be they're going to be sitting in that crowd waiting to and accept an award. If they don't get an award, I will be very surprised. If they don't get nominated, at least in several categories, I will be very surprised. They were probably the best thing that was at the VMAs. I know a lot of people said they did not recognize a lot of the acts. It wasn't just me. I felt like, am I that old? Like, I thought I kind of knew what was going on a little bit. I know I'm finding new stuff all the time, but like, I figured I would know who you are if you at least were making the VMAs. And it turns out here the only band I knew that played there, everybody else that was there didn't know. Um, and it was very cool. I'll say that again. It was very neat to see those faces just like looking at each other and, like, are you seeing this? It it's just awesome. Let's see if we that's a cool shot of her. That bass is so awesome. I love that bass. Um, yeah, I mean, it was just the audience was really into it. I mean, I know that they want everybody to get pumped up as well because you're on TV or whatever. And they had this cool circle stage thing going on, so there were people all around them. I don't think the stage moved or anything like that, but this is why I was wondering what the setup was, because this almost appears to be in a totally different room than the rest of the ceremony. So I'm wondering how this went down. Like, how did this work? And was this televised? Like, any of it? Did any song from the extended play stage get played on the broadcast? I know, looking in the comments, they definitely got a lot of fans. And hey, I got to give a shout out to MTV, man, keeping it real, because yeah, finally putting some awesome rock music on your channel, and posted two of the warnings. So very cool. But I am curious how this all played out. I didn't get to see it personally, so I had another thing I had to attend to it, so I couldn't see the ceremony at all. But I'm curious on how this, like, were these ceremony ticket holders? So do they just move from one area to another like you do in concerts, move from one stage to the other, where they have the two stages type thing? Or how did that work? Was it looks I don't know. I'm just curious how that played out, how that looked. I'm going to be looking at more of the videos just to maybe get an idea of how they were doing that. But at any rate, yeah, dude, just rambling at this point. This is very cool that they did this, and that they rocked it. They killed it. They rocked it, and it's I I think this is the next big step in their evolution. I think, with all the bands that they've been opening for, I mean, from what I gathered, hey, from what I gathered or heard, they actually canceled a show to be at this. They canceled a show with Guns N' Roses to be at this. I'm not positive if that was the case, but I would not blame them if it was, because they're definitely going to get a bit more attention here than they are at some sprinkled Guns N' Roses shows. Um, Although that's how I found them, was just seeing them on the list of bands that were going to be opening for Guns N' Roses. So it isn't like they're not going to get some awesome, exposure um, for playing with Guns N' Roses, but being able to play the extended play on MTV stage is very cool. And this is a neat. I'm just curious how they set this all up. I coincidentally um, saw an MTV Music Awards from 1984. I encourage you. Maybe I'll link that up. I encourage you to go check it out. It looked like a high school awards ceremony in comparison to today's stuff. Eddie Murphy's actually um, hosting it. Can't get any clear shots. Eddie Murphy's actually hosting that one in 1984. It was their second ceremony. That was this. So yeah, pretty neat to see the bands that were going on at that time. But very cool. I definitely I say again, this is the next step in their evolution. The next time we see them on the VMAs, it will be, either rocking the main stage or waiting to accept an award out of multiple categories. So we'll see. But in case anybody didn't know, the Warning played the MTV Music Awards and it was awesome. Go check it out over on MTV's thing. We'll of course have it all linked up right here. Um, I I think that the warning themselves are help. They're gonna help usher in the new generation of rock and roll. I think they are personally. I think because once MTV sees how good that this does, it did. They're gonna, you know, they can see the writing on the wall. So, and I love how they're sporting some awesome orange amps up there, and yeah, good for them for being awesome and showing everybody. And I know they got a lot of new fans out of this, so very cool. And to all the new fans out there, you've been warned. Have a great day out there, everybody. I hope your day is going as good as it possibly can be. We got tons more news, views, reacts, all sorts of reviews, good, music news, just all sorts of stuff to check out here on the channel. We got a variety of things that you can find here. And we got a lot of awesome playlists of a lot of awesome bands. I guarantee you're going to find something that you haven't seen before. So definitely like, comment, subscribe, and let us know what you think. And above all, have a great day out there, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.